Hello world, it's 2022. Despite the hundreds of predictions that a pebble would end my life, I have survived, and it's time for the bike checks. Today we're with my numero uno, the Scott Addict RC. This is the Pro model, and I'm just going to run through what's changed this year from my last year's bike. I have last year's bike check up if you want to check that one out. At the heart of this machine is the RC Pro Frameset. It's the HMX Carbon, and Scott has decked it out in this beautiful sea blue with a lot of metallic sparkle in there. This year they've gone with a gloss paint job, and then on the top tube, on the top section, they've got matte. It's got an awesome fade towards the back, goes back to black. Got updated logos, really classy look with the white on blue, and they've got the kind of white cutout slashes in the Scott there, which make it look even faster. They're just doing a killer job, as always, with the paint. So stoked to be riding this one. Scott's stuck with Dura-Ace for this bike. Once again, really stoked on that. I like the Di2, and this is a 12-speed this year, so latest and greatest, and it lives up to the hype. Small shifts when you're climbing, lots of one-gear step-ups. 52-36 mid-compact up front, and 11-30 out the back, so great range. I'm going to be sticking with that this year. The cranks are 172.5 millimeter. That's what gets spec'd on this size large frame. And then I did send these cranks back to 4i to get the power meter installed. I've got the dual side Precision Pro power meter, 25 grams combined, so really light. Coin cell battery, lasts over 100 hours. Solid power meter, very reliable, no complaints there. It's dual-sided, so I can keep the power balance checked out and also keep the pedal smoothness and stuff like that. Talking about pedals, we have Dura-Ace on there, matching the Groupset, and once again running the yellow cleats from Shimano. So we're also keeping the Syncross Creston IC-SL handlebar stem combo, and honestly I would be kind of lost without it if I had to go pick a handlebar at this stage. I'm super comfortable on these bars. It's 120 mil length stem. Last year I was on 130, decided to go a little shorter. This bike actually ships with a 110, but I like to stretch out a little bit more. And with that hammerhead computer stuck on the Syncross integrated computer mount there, it's just an amazing looking cockpit. With the Di2 shifters, now that the shifters are wireless, that means I can communicate with the hammerhead. So the little buttons on top of the hoods, that means I can cycle through my different pages without taking my hands off the bars. And I've been using that feature a lot. It's super handy. And I can also communicate with the hammerhead what gear I'm in. So I have front and rear, it tells me where I'm at, so you don't have to take a glance down to see if you're cross-chaining or you're going to have to change the front derailleur. That's been really handy too. I actually put that into my main screen, and I've been enjoying that feature. So really awesome that Shimano's gone wireless up there, and that hammerhead just synced up in 10 seconds. And yeah, I didn't have to do anything special there. Really easy to combine those two. And then Syncross bar tape, just to keep the cockpit all nice and murdered out. With this frame set, we've still got the Duncan Aero SLC post. Never had any issues there with slippage. It's got a little texture there, smart design. And on top here, I've changed saddle. I have the Physique Tempo Argo R1 saddle on here. Carbon rails, generous cutout. A little more padding than I used to, but I really enjoyed this, so I'm going to be sticking to this one for a while. It's a short nose and it's 150 millimeter wide. Finding that very comfortable. And then underneath, we've got the Skin Grows Back Plan B Micron saddlebag that carries my tube, CO2s, multi-tool. And yeah, I got that in navy blue. You got a lot of options with colors with Skin Grows Back. And very sturdy locking mechanism, nice and discreet. And yeah, you can match it to the bike. So really happy with this setup now. I've got the Pedal Mafia carbon cages on here, really light, kind of nice, classy looking. So one of the major components I switched out this year was the wheel set. The bike came stocked with a pretty decent wheel set, but it was tubeless only. I get that's the way the industry is going, but the reason I wanted to have a hooked rim is because I like to run these Vittoria courses, and I've gone a lot wider than last year. I've actually put on 32s. I was on 28s, and I'm really enjoying the wider tires. So Vittoria only make the courses up to 28 in tubeless, and I wanted to stick on these 32s and 30s too. So I decided to speak to DT Swiss, and they came up with this wheel set, which is the ERC 1100 die cut. And the E stands for endurance, which, you know, it's not really my game, but turns out these are 1400 grams, so super lightweight. 35 millimeters deep, 22 millimeter internal. That's kind of perfect for what I do. Don't want to catch too much wind, don't want to be too heavy. And they blow the tires out nice and wide. I feel super confident in the canyons. And that's kind of why I'm trying to stay on these wide tires. It's just a really confident, sturdy feeling. These have a ratchet system free hub, so lots of points of engagement. Actually space the bearings a little wider with that system too, so stiffer, a little bit less strain on the bearings, which are ceramic. These things spin really nicely, they spin forever, and they make a great sound too, which is always a plus. All right, everyone, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed this. If you've got any questions, let me know. I'll try to get back to you. And if you want to watch my first video on this bike, I'll leave a link somewhere in the screen or in the description. And yeah, I'm gonna go and ride in the canyons again. So much fun riding this bike. Peace out.